How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. This cryptocurrency that we're talking about here today solved the blockchain trilemma, according to them. And that has been something that every single cryptocurrency has been pretty much trying to figure out since the beginning. Since the beginning of crypto, we've all had this problem. So I want to talk about that here today, talk about how you can get in on the crypto and whether it makes sense. We'll talk about the risks of it, what the possible rewards are for it, what it could do in the future. And we're at an interesting point in crypto because we are partly through or mostly through the bear market. We're about 3/4 of the way to the next Bitcoin halving. And we know last cycle, we had a lot of layer ones do extremely well. We had so many that blew up and did 20x's, 40x's, 50, 100x's, and now they're some of the biggest cryptos out there. Now, I've been looking for smaller cryptocurrencies that have been coming to the market recently because a lot of people think, myself included, that there will be some winners that are layer ones that just come out of nowhere for this new cycle. And today we're going to talk about a new layer 1X, that if they can do what they claim they can do and they can do it consistently and safely, they could do really well. So Layer 1X is a sponsor of the channel, and they say that they have fixed the adoption challenge or the blockchain trilemma challenge, which is scalability, decentralizations, and security. It's very hard to be able to focus on all three. Typically, blockchain has to really excel at two, and then one is kind of left behind. It's hard to be scalable if you're decentralized and you're very secure. It's hard to be decentralized if you're secure and very scalable. And then as well, it's hard to be secure if you're scaled and you have a lot of decentralization. Now, how did they do this? They say that they've achieved a groundbreaking milestone for cryptocurrency. On March 3, 2023, L1X became the first layer 1 blockchain to transfer assets between an EVM chain and a non-EVM chain in a decentralized way. They have this linked actually on their Twitter, and I'll leave links to all this underneath the video. This breakthrough solves an industry problem for cross-chain connections. It gets rid of the need for costly, complicated bridges for transferring assets between blockchains. To date, blockchains have relied on bridges for cross-chain transfers. Bridge exploits have cost the industry over $2 billion in the last 12 months. This innovation eliminates the need for bridges. Instead, it offers a cheaper, safer, and faster solution for developers and users. This makes it easier and more accessible to transfer between different blockchains. Now, right now, they're actually interoperable with Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, AVAX, Matic, Arbitrum, Optimism, Phantom, and Solana. And these 8 chains represent over 80% of the TVL across all chains. Now, this is where the interesting thing comes in, or the interesting part comes in. If they actually do get really well adopted, if people use them, they become one of the top 10, top 20 cryptocurrencies. Look at some of the recent cryptocurrencies that have hit market that have done well. Solana, 2020 was when it was established. Fully diluted market cap, 6.4 billion. And, that's even after, I believe it's come down a decent amount. Yeah. So 8.1 billion now. So it's done extremely well, even though it's fallen down by so much. Polkadot, fully diluted market cap, 5.7 billion. Again, when it's fallen down a lot. Polygon, 8 billion. Aptos, 3.75 billion. And this is the size of L1X now. So basically they're trying to get to a $500 million market cap by the time that they launch. They've raised 6.5 million of their $10 million goal for the private sale commitments, and they're selling these at 10 cents. So they're selling at basically a $100 million valuation. They're hoping to launch at 500 million. So that's the goal right now. If you got in, or if someone got in at 100 million and then it went up to 5 billion, obviously that's a 50x. Now, I'm not saying that they're necessarily going to do that, but that's the goal. They're putting themselves against some of these other top cryptocurrencies and hoping that they can do something similar. So how are they able to solve the trilemma problem if they can? They say that they have a high level of security provided by employing an innovative proof of participation based consensus mechanism and an innovative integrity based validation process. Anyone with a mobile phone can be a validator. L1X also provides true decentralization without any control of mining pools or token holders on the L1X blockchain. This is achieved by mobile-enabled transaction validation and unconditional proof of participation. More than 10,000 nodes will serve as validators for the L1X network. And they have a lot more on this on their website. They say that they have unrivaled interoperability. They facilitate seamless interoperability and value exchange. L1X enables the ability to exchange value across blockchains using a single protocol without the need for bridges. To date, L1X is targeting interoperability with Solana and EVM compatible chains, with more chains continuously added during the development process. They say that they're highly scalable. L1X aims to achieve transaction speeds greater than 100,000 transactions per second. So to be clear, it says it aims to achieve. The L1X network creates blocks in less than 500 milliseconds, and the network offers, or will hopefully offer, negligible transaction cost to finality. Now, this is the token distribution. I kind of went over the hard cap of 1 billion tokens. Again, that's launching at 50 cents, hopefully, so that would be a $500 million market cap. Now, I will say this is a little bit tough in the bear market, but they are working with some universities, and they do actually have a team behind this that they're showing up to at conferences for. So it's not like a lot of these other cryptos I think are just phantom cryptos where, they put up a website, they launch a private sale, they do some marketing, and then they just fall away. And you can see here how the tokens will be released. So there are a lot of tokens released in the first few years. So you have to know that. If you're buying in, a lot of people will get tokens, whether it's early investors in team or some being advisors, not very many, or investors. Then there will also be a treasury as well that's pretty much released on the first day, it looks like. So you'll see, though, that over 30 years, they're going to continue to unlock tokens. Actually, it looks like over 40 years, essentially. They'll continue to unlock more and more tokens. So I do think it is good that they're releasing their tokens over a long period of time. But keep in mind, about 55% will hit the market in the first few years. So there will be some selling pressure. You want to make sure that you buy at the right time. So you'll have to pay attention to, how much they're being adopted and how many tokens are hitting the market. Now, on the LinkedIn page for the University of Western Australia, they posted about Layer 1X. They talked about how they were actually going to come to the blockchain and cryptocurrency conference, and they actually spoke there. Now, this was about 6 months ago, and I think this is a good sign because the team is actually showing up. They have their LinkedIn pages here. You can go through them. And when you go to their founders, you can actually see he was at this Layer 1X conference. He was actually talking about Web3 and blockchain technology in person. I think this is positive again because just like I said before, a lot of teams or a lot of people can just, put up a name, put up some marketing, and then get out. But you can see the founder is actually a real life person standing next to the Layer 1X sign, talking about it in person. So that is always a good sign in my mind. Now, they also have a actual office that they have posted in Australia, which again, just one more sign that the team's legitimate. Now, they have a couple different things going on right now. As I said, they're doing this private sale, which they're basically trying to get you in at a lower valuation, like a VC round. Now, I'm guessing they've already done some funding before this, but this ends on March 31st, so pretty soon. And they also have this NFT giveaway, basically commemorating when they were able to send assets or transfer assets between a non-EVM and an EVM chain. And basically, you can get up to, or you can get one of these NFTs. To qualify for this, you have to have a premium wallet, and you need to contribute $1,000 or more to the Layer 1X private sale to get that private wallet. Now, They're also doing a giveaway. They're going to give away 100,000 L1X tokens at the mainnet launch for someone that has gotten one of these NFTs. So that would be about $50,000 worth. So let me know your thoughts about this underneath the video. I think this is a interesting cryptocurrency right now, especially because we are getting closer to the end of the bear market, where more and more projects are going to be launching that actually have a lot of opportunity, that could actually do well in the next bull market and might be able to outperform. Just like in the last cycle, there were a lot of new layer ones that outperformed the previous layer ones. And I'm curious to see how layer 1X goes. Again, typically, if you can get in on a pre-sale, you can do quite well. Like if you can get in at a lower valuation. Now, this is launching at a pretty high valuation compared to other cryptocurrencies, but if it does gain real world adoption and people start using it like some of the top cryptocurrencies, it could still do quite well. If you're someone that's a little bit more risk averse, you could always wait for them to launch. I believe it's in August, and then you could see how it goes. If it drops off because there are a lot of tokens coming to the market, then you could always buy in then. That's typically a good rule of thumb if you can't get in on the pre-sale, because always do your own research depending on where you're at. Maybe you can't get in on the private sale or the pre-sale. If you can't get in then typically you wait a couple weeks and it falls down. It pumps up on the initial sale or on the initial token drop, and then it falls off for a while, and then it hopefully hits bottom and then starts moving up if it's actually got some real world utility. So check out the links to Layer 1X underneath the video. I really do appreciate Layer 1X too for sponsoring this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.